In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with y'all a stock that just broke out and why you should keep it in your radar for this week. We're also going to be looking at the overall markets to get you guys prepared, as always. Y'all, let's dive into the charts. Right off the bat, we got the NASDAQ futures, and so far we're up. We're looking good. For those of y'all who watched the last video on Thursday night, I told you guys that I was bullish going into the PPI report, which was put out Friday at like 7:30. Now let's check that out real quick. So this is the producer price index, and I told you guys before that the expectations that they had was extremely conservative, and it was setting up for a positive reaction / bullish move on the markets. They expected a rise in PPI, even though CPI dropped significantly. All right, and it turns out that the PPI right here for the month of March sharply down from 3.2 all the way down to 2.7. all right, much cooler than expected. And the market, I would say the market liked it throughout the entire day. Like, we didn't see a giant spike happen at 7:30. It just opened slightly higher, grind a little bit in the morning, and then slowly climbed towards the close. All right, so right now we're up. I think the big bullish move is kind of delayed. It's kind of annoying. It's a little bit slow. But if you bought calls and if you're holding calls, you should be getting paid very soon, either tomorrow or Tuesday morning. All right. Now, my thoughts and opinions on the NASDAQ is not changing. I do believe that we're going to get up to 20,000. It's a matter of when. And I do believe, once again, I'm gonna say it, the bottom is in. All right, the bottom is in. I think the bottom is in. All right, so watch the NASDAQ for a move up to 20,000. Now, another thing that we have to look at, we gotta look at a different perspective to kind of solidify the idea. Let's check out the VIX real quick. And as I explained to you guys about why I just could not be bearish on the markets, these lower highs as we're moving forward through time, as we were getting closer towards the 11th, right? We're getting closer and closer, and we're falling. You look at the trend of these highs, they're falling lower. Tomorrow we're opening up higher in the market. Therefore, the VIX, at least VIX should open up below 35, and we should see something like this, either in one big swoop down or split into two different days, like that. Something like that. That's what I'm expecting for the VIX. Now, something else. Let's look at a different VIX, VXX. Now, I noticed something on Friday, and I posted it in a Discord. There was this thing, which made me even more bullish going into the weekend. There was that. Again, for those of you who subscribe to the channel and learn from these videos, you know what this is. I showed you this before with previous stocks. This is the head and shoulders. We got the left shoulder, we got the head, and then we got the right shoulder. Right now, it's opening up lower. Typically, what happens is the break of the neckline right at 67. It should happen quite fast. So once that thing breaks, which I strongly believe it will break, and the market is going to run, we should see this thing actually fade all the way back down to like 55 by Tuesday morning. So the structure is very clean, all right. So with the VIX, at least VXS, watch it for a drop. Now, the stock for this video that just broke out, that stock is none other than everybody's second favorite stock, PLTR. Now, the reason why I want to share PLTR with y'all is because of one simple reason. Actually, I think PLTR is going to run because of the 15-minute. If you look at the chart, there's something on there. There's a bullish pennant on there that is breaking out right now pre-market. All right, tomorrow we'll see how everything opens. Right now, the futures are only up by 1%. If we're up by maybe 2%, then we might see this thing open up at like $92 and then run out the gates to 96 bucks. Maybe even 97.50. Definitely keep this one on your radar. There are some short sellers located right here, and I know their stop loss is exactly at $93. So once that triggered, they're going to panic, they're going to cover, and then more bulls are going to push the stock even higher for a big move upwards. All right, looking at the daily charts, yeah, the daily chart is looking quite strong. Like, I don't want to be a bear here and try to fight this thing. I really don't. That's why I'm sharing this video to the long side. All right, there's also a gap on the left at like, yeah, there's a gap to fill at 101. Again, I don't know how fast these things run. All I can tell you is where it's gonna go. How fast, again, that really depends on the amount of money that goes in and how much news they put out and all these other things. So, all right, now in updates, on Thursday night, I gave you guys the banks, and specifically JP Morgan. And JP Morgan pretty much behaved like it was kind of neutral but kind of bullish. Like, it moved up, it didn't go up to 245. Like, if you bought calls on it after the first 5 minutes, because I told you to wait until after the first 5 minutes, right? Like, after this candle was done, if you bought calls right here at 230, because the first 5 minutes is very important, especially after earnings, you should be up. I think that is going to, that's a gap. I think if you look on the left, it is a gap. Yeah, I think that gap is going to get filled tomorrow. I think it is all the way up to 245. I am bullish on it. I think he can make it. I think he can make it. Now, the other stock, somebody asked me to look somebody put in the comment section, can you look at Netflix? So we're gonna dive into Netflix, and Netflix has an ugly chart. Like, it really does. Again, if you have questions, definitely put them in the comment section below. I do look at your comments, so do not be afraid to post them. Now, with Netflix, I say it has an ugly chart because of this. Like, it had a bearish structure on there, followed by the Monday gap down that got bought right back up. All right, and then at the bottom right here, there's a lot of bears who got trapped. These are trapped bears. All right, and the more we consolidate here, the more they cover, and the more they cover, the higher the likelihood of us seeing Netflix break to the upside on top of this resistance line. All right, so that's my thoughts on it. Again, it's an ugly chart. It's a really ugly chart, and it hasn't been beaten down like the other tech stocks. So you want to be really careful on there. And is there opportunity? Yes. Are there other tech stocks that provide more opportunities? I would say so. So that's my honest thoughts on Netflix. Now, the next stock that we gotta look at is Apple. Now, Apple looks like this, and Apple has gaps on the left all the way up to 220. Also, this weekend there was news about tariff exemptions on electronics and phones, and Apple likes it. Apple is a beneficiary of that news, and this is what I would expect from it. It's up right now to 209. Anybody who have calls on Apple, you're about to get paid in the morning. Let me look at the 15 minutes. Like, this one, it sort of kind of looks like PLTR, but it's way more ahead. This is the type of move that I'm expecting with PLTR. Obviously, this Apple is faster because of that news, so it's first to where it's supposed to go. Could it go higher? I definitely think so. 220 would be my first target for Apple. All right, now the last stock that we're gonna look at in today's video is also looking really good. That stock is none other than Tesla. And Tesla is up right now. Like, this video was either gonna be Tesla or PLTR for the same exact reason. All right, Tesla was cooking on Friday, and then finally it's out. So where is it gonna go? 270 isn't too much to ask for Tesla, especially if the Nasdaq picks up and starts to run. That's my honest thoughts on all of these stocks, and that is the end of the video. Do not forget to annihilate the like button. As always, I make these videos from Sunday to Thursday at exactly 8 p.m. Central Time, so definitely click on that subscribe button and click on that notification bell. That way you don't miss out on future uploads. If you'd like to be part of a private Discord community where you can get all of this information in real time as I see them, you can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. Don't forget to follow my social media at Guma and Patternology Lab on Instagram and on X. And lastly, to get some free stocks with Webull, you can use the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in tomorrow night's video.